Okay, what's our outfit today, Squishy? We're looking a bit Wednesday Addams on a Christmas do. Yeah, gorgeous. Okay, do a twirl. Do a twirl. Okay, that'll work. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I'm already mildly regretting getting this craft calendar thing. Like, they're little crafts that don't take that much time. And you know, they give you all the bits that you need to do the craft. And I thought this would be a good way to do crafts because it's not like involved, it doesn't require loads of stuff, doesn't require loads of time. But even with just the two we've opened so far, we haven't had time to do them. And both last night and tonight, like last night I went out to sort of like have drinks with friends and also to go to Welsh class. And tonight I'm going out to drink with some people from work and then also go to the cinema with another group of people. And if we can't do it in the morning, there's not enough time. Like the first one wanted me to melt beads in my oven and I just thought, the morning time is not the time to burn the house down. Really, ideally, if you want to burn your house down, it's going to have to be later in the day when emergency services are more available. Do you know what I mean? So all these crafts are really cute. Like today's craft is like this sort of like bobbly sort of thing. And yesterday's craft is really cute, but highly dangerous, I feel. It like goes on your tree. And now Emma's like begging me about these, obviously, because they're cute and she wants to do them. And she's like, Mommy, why do we have a craft calendar if we're not going to do the crafts? That is a good damn question, baby girl. You know, it's just because no one has time on this earth to do a shit ton of stuff. But now I have this new December Everest to climb, which is finding time to do these crafts. I think I maybe can squeeze it in between Emma getting back from school and me going out. It's like an hour. Also, I've just realised the Royal Mail guarantee date, like the date they give out for each location in the world, like when you need to send something by in order for it to get there by Christmas. For America, to get it there for the 25th, you have to send it by the 10th of December. And they've had strikes on, so I'm not even sure how intense that date is. It's probably more like a couple days before. What's today? Today's the 2nd. No post on Sunday. Like I'd have to get it out by like Monday, and I was gonna get my parents like stuff that Anwen's made and I've made and stuff. Like they're old, they've got money, like they can buy whatever they want. Basically, I was gonna make them stuff and have Anwen make them stuff, but then we've got to do it this weekend, basically, with all the other stuff we're doing. There's no time. Okay, Christmas Eve Readathon whirlwind TBR. Are you ready? There's a whole bingo board. There's a whole list of freaking amazing host channels. It's a situation, okay? Like, I wasn't going to do it, first of all, because I have other things going on in December. However, who can pass up this, okay? It's just brilliant, and I love it. So, first thing on the list is a Black Christmas, okay? This is to do with, like, black magic, something like that. So, I'm feeling like I'm gonna go with Cackle, Rachel Harrison. This is your usual sort of witchy type story. It's giving me practical magic vibes, you know, but maybe a bit darker. Also, potentially I could listen to on Libby, The Fervor, do you know this one? Which seems like it might actually give me nightmares and be super creepy, so this one might be a better deal. Okay, next one, Krampus. This is a creature feature, so I'm obviously going with what I got when I was in Seattle at Halloween. Bunnicula, the graphic novel. Am I right? Am I right? I loved Bunnicula when I was a kid. He's a fucking best creature, vampire bunny on the planet. Graphic novel is a great step up for that. Shit, the next one is A Christmas Carol, but the book I'm gonna read for that is actually propping up the camera, so I'll get to that one last. Okay, the next one is a gifted book. When I was home last Halloween, I went to the bookstore and I was getting some books, and I went up to the thing to pay for the books, and my dad slipped his credit card in instead, in the way of sneaky dads. So I'm counting those as gifts. So I may potentially either read this one, which is Charlene Harrison, Easy Death. I think this is like sci-fi fantasy cowboys, but like with like, I think it has like a scary element. I think it's horror-y. Or this one, which is The Midnight Club. I've always wanted to read this and like Christopher Pike and stuff, but I've now seen the Netflix special and now I don't know if I'm gonna want to read that. So, you know, depending on my mood. Okay, next one. Mood read. Don't know what my mood is going to be like, so either Amin and the Undead, which I tried to read at Halloween and ran out of time, or there's one called Sundial by Katrina something, which looks terrifying. depending on my mood, either YA silliness or fucking terrifying. You know, those are my choices. Next one is Sleigh Bells, which is a slasher. And I'm actually already listening to that on audiobook now, but I'm not very far in. I also have the book if I want to go for the book, but I think I'm just going to audiobook it. My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. Loads of people said that it was absolutely amazing, and also loads of people said it was awful. So I really have no idea what's going to happen with that. Okay, next one, A Winter Wonderland. It's a book that takes place in winter. So I've got R.L. Stein's Fear Street, The Perfect Date. Do you see the Christmassy stuff? Christmassy horror. I'm on top of this. Okay, next one, Santa's Little Helper. That's a middle grade book. I could use my Banicula, but instead I'm going to go with this one, which is one that Anna and I got. We read the first one of this, which was Garlic and the Vampire. Okay, and now the second one is out. We got it in America. Garlic and the Witch. It is a graphic novel. The first one, he meets a vampire and has to like tame him. And he does, because the vampire is actually a perfect gentleman. So we'll see about this. Okay, last one is Reindeer Bride, which is a translated book. I could potentially try to read this one again. I've been trying to read this one for several months now, okay, and never quite get to it. It's Cursed Bunny. I could try to read it again, or there's an audiobook on Libby called Cruise. I cannot for my life remember what it's about, but I remember reading it like midnight and thinking, holy shit, I need this book immediately, and I got it on Libby. So I might just do that one instead, even though I cannot for my life remember what it's about. Oh my god, I have to just say this now, okay? I have to read you the blurb because it sounds fucking amazing. Thomas Cruise swore he would never be like his father, an abusive cocaine junkie whose gangland exploits are notorious throughout the underbelly of northern Argentina. When Samuel Cruz is sentenced to 13 years in prison, he leaves a laundry list of unfinished cartel business. Seba, Thomas' revered older brother, has no choice but to abandon his straight life and take over his father's underworld debt. Now, 15 years has passed. Seba has been arrested, and the ruthless cartel boss is holding his wife and daughter as collateral. This in time for the holidays. Thomas is forced to choose between protecting his family and his soul as he assumes the to-do list where Seba left off, plunging into the shocking depravity of the cartel to track a drug deal gone wrong. On a bloody quest for underworld justice that will take him from a nightmarish bar staffed by teenage sex slaves to the murky depths of the Paran River, Thomas discovers himself capable of violence he never thought possible. Okay, so for the ghost prompt, like I said before, I'm gonna go with The Regrets by Amy Bonifrons. This one is about a girl who's like dating a ghost, which I'm for. Okay, I'm obviously not going to get to all of these books in December, especially because my priority is killing off this reading challenge that I've had hanging over my head for a year. But I want to just keep this stack by me, keep it close. Like, I want to love it, and I want to just pick off things, you know, like the graphic novels maybe when I'm feeling weird, like a couple of light ones, you know, maybe sort of like audiobook some of the shit. Like, this is just a pile of possibilities, if you will.
Mr. Hank. Mr. Hank, what are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Hank? Are you having a sleep? Having a nap? Oh, that's a good nap. That's a good nap. Good boy. What? What?
And really, I didn't see Jesus when I was saying.
Y'all, my mother-in-law has bought an elf on the shelf. I don't think so. She and James are on about it, and I was like, everyone has an elf on the shelf at their house, and I really want one. And I think neither of them actually know what an elf on the shelf is. So they were like, of course you can have one. That's a cheap small toy, you know. Why haven't you had one before? Everyone else has one. So they just got one. But obviously it's not just that. Anne doesn't just want an elf on the shelf, a toy. She wants what everyone else has, which is a living elf, which goes around the house and gets into naughty capers while they're sleeping. And this is like the worst thing that could have happened. Like, I don't know what it's gonna... I don't know if I should like laugh maniacally at this or just cry. like, we've got Vlogmas, we've got this craft calendar. I'm going out every weekend now for Christmas. Like, there is no weekend day, Friday, Saturday or Sunday in this whole month where I'm not going out in some way. Like, I've got to get Christmas presents for people. Like, I'm gonna have to make Christmas, like, there's so much stuff in December. Like, I do not have enough creativity or time or energy in me to make the elf on the shelf do shit every night as well. My kid is like a magical kid. I feel like she's more like a Spanish kid, because she stays up really late. She just, even no matter how early she goes to bed, she will just be awake at 10 p.m. because that's just who she is. I think she's a night owl like me, maybe. I don't really know. She stays awake really late. Like, where am I supposed to find the time between her going to bed and me going to bed to actually do all this? I'm gonna have to wake up. I have to set alarms for like 3 in the morning so that I can move this elf about. And like, when I tried to lay the groundwork for it not moving with her, I was like, oh, but it's a toy elf. It's not a real elf. You know, it's like when you go to the store to get a teddy bear. It's not a real bear. It's a toy bear. You know, she was like, her face. Her absolute devastated face. I've managed to keep that fucking elf out of this house her entire life, like nearly 8 years. Oh my god. This is the worst. This is the worst day ever. What am I gonna do? Please, if you're doing Elf on the Shelf or something, please like send me ideas about how to cope with this problem. Like, I need help. I need so much help. Holy shit. I'm dying. I'm dying inside.
We have our tin foil and our star. Okay. We need 160 degrees on the toaster oven. I think we put the beads in here, yeah, but lay it out so that it's all like even. Okay, we have put the plastic in the oven. Do you think it will explode?